For my final project, I decided to make an arcade with 3 games: Pong, Tetris, and Breakout. Let me start by showing you my first game, Pong. To play a game, you need to press the screen of the arcade machine. You'll notice that I've included a set of game instructions. Please read the instructions carefully. Once you have finished reading the instructions, you may press the I understand button. You'll also notice that there's another button over here. You may press this button at any time to return to the arcade, even if you haven't finished reading the instructions. Let's return to Pong. Each time you open a game, the instructions will appear. In this set of instructions, I've explained how the game works, how to win the game, and how to move the paddles. I've also added that Pong is a 2-player game, but you may play by yourself. To move the paddle on the right, you can press the up arrow key or the down arrow key. To move the paddle on the left, you can press the W key or the S key. The first player to get 11 points wins the game, and then you earn points each time the ball moves past your opponent's paddle. After reading these instructions, you can press the I understand button and then press the space key to begin. The ball moves in certain directions based on what part of the paddle it bounces off of. I'll play for a while, and then I will show you what the game looks like when the game... And then I will show you what the display looks like when the game is over by allowing one player to win. Now that the player on the left has earned 11 points, the game is over. The player on the left has won, while the player on the right has lost. This button over here allows you to play again. If you'd rather return to the arcade, you can click this button. I'm going to press the play again button to show you what it does, which is reset the game. But now I'm going to return to the arcade to play Tetris. Once again, I have a set of instructions. Please read these instructions carefully. Once you've finished reading the instructions, you may press the I understand button. The layout for Tetris is slightly different. I've included a help box over here, which indicates the keys that the player needs to press in order to perform certain actions. The player may press the Q key at any time to return to the arcade, whether they have read the instructions or not. Over here in the stats box, I have the current level the player is on and the number of rows the player needs to clear in order to advance. For example, if you're on level 5, you need to clear 5 rows in order to move on to level 6. Now that I have clarified everything, let's play the game. To start the game, you need to press the S key as indicated in the help box. As you can see, this block could no longer move down without hitting this block. Because of this, the game is now over. I only reached level 1, so I'm going to play again. Once again, I've lost and the game is over. I'm going to return to the arcade now and play my final game, Breakout. As you can tell, I've added yet another set of instructions. Please read these instructions carefully, and once you have finished, press the I understand button. I have another return to arcade button similar to the one in the game Pong, which you may also press during the game or before you even read the instructions. After reading the instructions, you may press the I understand button, and you'll notice that after pressing this, there's a little twist. You have to create a username before you can play the game that contains letters or numbers. There's a limit to the length of the username, so after you enter a satisfactory username, you can press the done button. If you make a mistake, you can delete characters from your username. Now that I have created a good username, I'm going to press done, and then press the space key to begin the game. The goal of the game is to break all of the blocks before you lose your lives, and once the game is done, you may return to the arcade, play again, or view the leaderboard. Once the game is over, whether you win or not, you may view the leaderboard, and your username and score will be added to the leaderboard. Alright, so I've lost all 3 of my lives, thus the game is over. My final score was 45. Now if I want to check the leaderboard, there my username is and the points I got. It's at the very top because I'm the only person who has played so far. So if you restart the game, then you don't have to choose another username. It assumes that the same player is playing. And okay, so I got a lot more points than I did earlier, and I still didn't win, but the game is over. Now, if I want to check the leaderboard again, there my username is and the number of points I got. This is at the top because the number of points is greater than the number of points down here. If I choose to exit the game and then return, you can choose another username, and then it'll be added to the leaderboard. So okay, so I got more points than I did before, and now my username and the number of points I got is at the very top of the leaderboard. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching my final project video.